It is the 15th day of August 2023. I hope and trust that you've had a fruitful day. A very good evening to you and welcome to Hope TV Newswatch. I am at _Ken Kimani on Twitter, and Fiona Moresa will be assisting with the sign language interpretation. Church leaders in the country have raised issues with the introduction of comprehensive sex education in grade 7 studies in the country. The clerics under the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops are now urging the government and books publishers to scrap the topic. According to them, the permissive framing of the curriculum has allowed exploitation and abuse of publishers to introduce CSC. Joy Gatwiri begins our bulletin with the following story.
We, the Catholic bishops in Kenya, are greatly concerned and shocked at the backdoor introduction of comprehensive sex education in basic education learning materials, especially as regards grade 7. The permissive framing of the curriculum and the curriculum design itself have allowed room for exploitation and abuse by publishers to introduce comprehensive sex education. The mischievous and behind the scenes introduction of comprehensive sex education defies the narrative sold to Kenyans that the competence-based curriculum is based on values and any education given would be age appropriate. We note that the content not only sexualizes the learner's environment for minors, but will also be the biggest contributor to the high rates of teenage pregnancies and abortion. This is attributable to its failure to establish abstinence as expected standard for all children. We call on the Minister of Education to endeavor at all times to seek parental consent before introducing any sensitive content such as reproductive health to learners. At the same time, we urge our dear parents to remain vigilant on the type of materials that their children are using in school and any books that they are requested to buy for their children.
Thank you so much, Joy, for that report. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has assured coffee farmers that the government is fully dedicated to ensuring that they receive their entitled benefits. He said the coffee market started deteriorating when they brought millers and marketers. Speaking at the Wakulima House today, where he presided over the Nairobi Coffee Exchange auction, the DP said that the government is deploying police officers to all coffee factories to guard against the rising cases of theft of the produce. And as Alice Diana reports, the DP has been at the forefront in fighting cartels in the coffee sector in a bid to make the farmers benefit from their produce.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has assured coffee farmers that the government is on course and will deliver reforms in the coffee subsector by rooting out middlemen and cartels that have for a long time made coffee farming unprofitable. As part of measures to ensure coffee farmers get earnings commensurate to their sweat, Gachagua has said that the government is deploying police officers to all coffee factories to guard against the rising cases of theft of the produce.
Mimi tunataka kuhakikishia nyinyi. Rais akisema tufanye hii mabadiliko, tulijua vita itakuwa kali, si ati hatujui. Tulijua. Hawa watu unajua sasa kutoa nyama mdomo ya mtu lazima atakuuma. Lazima. Si ndio? Yani you must be prepared. So tunajua. So hii vita itakuwa kali lakini tuko tayari kwa sababu lazima mkulima apate jasho lake. Lazima mkulima apate jasho lake. Na serikali ambaye italegeza pesa kwa mkulima ya kahawa ni serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Na tutafaulu kwa sababu Rais William Ruto na mimi na hawa mawaziri hatuna any interest kwa hii mambo ya kahawa. Interest yetu ni ile kahawa tunaweza kuwekewa kwa kikombe tukunywe. That is as far as our interest goes. Na kwa hivyo hawa watu ambaye wamekuwa wako hapa katikati ya mkulima na mkunywaji ya kahawa ndio tunapambana na hao polepole.
Operations at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange were suspended soon after the Coffee Reform Stakeholders Conference in June this year in Meru, which, among other recommendations, rooted for elimination of brokers for the farmer to sell their produce directly for better returns. During the conference, which was chaired by Deputy President, that saw direct engagement with farmers from all coffee-growing counties, farmers aired their grievances as well as suggestions on possible solutions to challenges bedeviling them. Alongside ongoing reforms, the DP also said that the government is aligning relevant legal, policy and operational frameworks for sustainable reforms.
So we are going to have reforms when we are doing the Coffee Act, zitaenda sababa with the Cooperative Act. Because if you deal with one without the other, you are not solving anything. So the two acts will go together so that we also create good governance in our societies. Because we have a governance gap. Pale kwa society pia iko shida. And that is why you find the cost of production is too high. Because ile charges imewekwa pale kwa society na kwa factory, it is too much. And that is something else that we are going to address. So it will be painful for everybody. For the marketers, it will be painful. For rogue society officials, it will be painful. But all that pain is worth it.
Despite the state's commitment to improve the sector, Gachagua said it won't be an easy task. He added that ambassadors will be required to champion identification of markets globally for the Kenyan produce as the country works towards restoring its glory in the global arena. Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you so much, Alice, for that report. President William Ruto has reiterated the government's commitment to boosting food production in the country, speaking during a funeral service of the late David Chepkwony, who was the husband to Njoro Member of Parliament Charity Kadhambi in Kimugul, Nakuru County. The head of state also noted that the national government has put in place plans to ensure county governments receive their allocated funds in good time. He added that the government will work with all counties to facilitate development. Here's our very own Tess Njenga with more.
President William Ruto has asserted the government's plan to support development in the counties so as to support devolution. The president noted that the government was able to send all the monies owed to the counties for the financial year 2022-2023. While addressing mourners during a funeral service of the late David Chepkwony, who was husband to Njoro Member of Parliament Charity Kadhambi in Njoro, Nakuru County, the head of state described Chepkwony as a hardworking, friendly and focused man who was driven by a genuine concern for the community.
Huyu mungwana David, na sio kawaida kwa wanaume wengi ati wewe sasa mama ndio ule ako anafanya kazi ya umma na nchi, wewe sasa umebaki nyumbani ndio kupeleka watoto shule, ndio kuchunga hapo kwa boma. It's not ordinary. It takes a very solid man to be able to look after children when your wife is on duty.
Tumepita kwenye mvua, you've always been so true since you came through.
Niwahakikishie magovernors wetu wote ya kwamba as an administration we are great believers in devolution and we are going to support devolution. Mwaka huu kabla hatujavuka financial year tulihakikisha kwamba pesa yote nililipa shilingi karibu bilioni 100 pesa za counties in 3 months. Tuhakikisha kwamba hatuna deni na counties, ili counties wafanye kazi, wasavu wananchi na watimize ile malengo tuko naye na ile malengo wamepanga kama county governments.
President William Ruto also noted that the government has made great strides in enhancing agriculture to boost food security in the country. The president noted that the Special Economic Zone initiative will help create jobs for the youth.
Ile kazi umefanya ni mingi. Hiyo kulima umefanya tayari. Kubalilia umefanya tayari. Hiyo kazi yote umefanya. So all you need to do ni kuongezea tu mbolea. Badala ya kupata magunia 12 upate magunia 25. Sio ni hesabu rahisi. Ukitumia another 2,500 unapata another 12 bags which is going to give you almost 50,000. Hata kama hesabu yako hujui kufanya hesabu zaidi.
The government has also expressed its commitment to support universal healthcare through community health promoters.
Na lazima tujipange kama taifa vile tutashughulikia mambo ya matibabu ya health katika taifa letu. Na ndio sababu we are believers in bottom up. Tumekubaliana na hawa county governments ya kwamba kila kijiji, ili kushughulikia mambo yetu ya afya, kila kijiji tutakuwa na community health promoters. Tutakuwa na wauguzi. Mnanielewa? Kila kijiji tunahesabu familia 10, tunaweka daktari mmoja hapo ambaye atakuwa anazunguka kwa hiyo kampu hapo kwenu, pima pressure, pima sukari. Mwingine atakuambia umekula nyama zaidi, punguza.
On his part, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has asked farmers to ensure they register in their respective counties so as to access subsidized fertilizer.
That these Azimio characters have accepted that they need subsidized fertilizer to lower the cost of food production. Now we are on the same page. So I don't know hii mazungumzo ni ya nini Cheriot. Kama hao watu wamekubali njia ya kupunguza gharama ya maisha ni kurudi kwa shamba na kupata mbolea. Sasa hii mazungumzo mnaendelea naye, nyinyi muendelee, mkimaliza tumemkaribisha mkuje tuendelee na kazi ya ukulima na mambo ya maendeleo.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Tess Njenga.
Thank you, Tess, for the reportage. Away from that, and Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga has made revelations that two of the embattled IEBC commissioners, popularly referred to as the Cherera Four, are currently living outside the country in fear for their life. Speaking during the funeral service of a supporter who was allegedly shot dead during the protest, Odinga said ex-commissioners Irene Masit and Juliana Cherera have been in hiding in the United States of America since President William Ruto assumed office, further alleging that the two had been receiving threats from state agencies. Azimio has been calling for the reinstatement of the ex-commissioners, namely Juliana Cherera, Irene Masit, Justice Nyang'aya, and Francis Wanderi.
Sipunde mechoka. Hii mzigo imekuwa mzito sana, yaifaa yapunguzwe. Wahenga walisema tikibebasho kikivuja nafuu kwa mchukuzi. Kwa hivyo hii mzigo yapunguzwe, sio? Na tukisema namna haya tumefanya makosa. Pili, sisi tumesema tulienda kwa uchaguzi, kwenda kwa mashindano pale, tulikuwa tunashindana na tulikuwa na marifari moja na malansman 6 Electoral Commission. Kati ya wale watu 7, 3 ndio walisema ati Ruto ameshinda. Wanne walisema la. So nini walisema la? Wakasema hiyo mpira ilikuwa ya offside. Walishika na mkono. Walishika na mkono, sio? Sasa wale marifari ambao walisema la wamefukuzwa wote. Vile naongea hapa sasa, mawili wao, Mama Cherera na Mama Sit, wako Marekani wamekimbia. Maana walikuwa wanatafutwa, walikuwa wanataka kuuawa.
Well, moving on, the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has received a petition seeking to ban TikTok in the country. The petition from Bob Ndolo, an executive officer of the Bridget Connect Consultancy, has alleged that TikTok has collected data of its users, including information about the device being used to access the platform and the location of its users, including browsing history. Majority Leader Kimani has said many of the parliamentary members are on TikTok and there is nothing wrong with being on the platform. On his part, Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi said that he is of the view that in this digital age, Kenya cannot operate in isolation. Prior to the petition, Kenyans have in recent days raised alarm over content that the youth are sharing on their social media platform.
Young people are at the center of so many challenges, Honorable Speaker. The high rising unemployment levels, and TikTok is an avenue where some young people are earning up to Kenya shillings 300,000 per month, Honorable Speaker. Money that they would not make on the regular market, Honorable Speaker. We need to ensure that even if we are alive to the dangers of social media, Honorable Speaker, perhaps what we can be discussing or what we can front is to see how we can regulate abuse of content creation in social media, Honorable Speaker. A lot of this digital content creation
is that technological tools are basically that. They're tools. A knife can be used to do good and a knife can be used to kill. Fire can be used to cook and fire can be used to burn. So, Mr. Speaker, the business of this House should not be fast to throw the baby with the bathwater. TikTok as an entity has committed no crime.
We have to be conscious of the effect of these platforms. My suggestion, well, we may not do total banning, but those parts that you are calling to be regulated must be properly regulated. There is an element there of time management which it denies our children.
Well, the story of TikTok is one that touches many of the Gen Z. Also, I'm sure that you're on the TikTok platform. Whether the TikTok will be banned or not, let's wait and see. Well, on that note, it's time for a quick breather here on Newswatch, but we still have more stories. See you on the other side.
Every individual desires a lifetime of financial well-being. The success of attaining this goal is dependent on having a reliable partner. Over the years, N-Wealth Financial Services Limited has emerged as the market leader in providing innovative and customer-centric services in pension administration, consulting, insurance, and investments. Accessibility is key, and to serve a global clientele, we have invested in world-class technology that ensures our clients have real-time access to tools and information through our mobile application, online, and USSD platforms. N-Wealth's commitment to all the stakeholders is to uphold high ethical standards through effective and sustainable governance for shared mutual value creation. This commitment is delivered through the solid partnership between the Board of Directors, staff, service providers, clients, government agencies, and other stakeholders. Innovation and excellence are at the core of our operations. With a team of over 60 professionals, we partner with you for a better tomorrow. To contact us, email us info@nwealth.co.ke or visit our website www.nwealth.co.ke.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Sindio?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Did they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even Meet of the One?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out the latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Yesu ndiye njia.
Mtoto gani katika hii ulimwengu ameitwa Mungu mkuu?
Nasema akasema udhu billahi.
Hata leo usisema udhu billahi, tafadhali usikize.
Yesu ndiye njia. Uchambuzi wa masuala tata katika Biblia na vitabu vingine vya kidini.
We don't believe that Christ was crucified. Christ was taken right to heaven. by 4 angels, 4 archangels.
Kama Muhammad ndiye alikuwa wa kwanza kuleta dini ya Kiislamu na alikuja after Jesus, sasa inawezekanaje Ibrahimu awe Muislamu, Musa awe Muislamu?
Yesu ndiye njia, mjadala wa moja kwa moja kati ya walimu wa Kikristo na dini zingine.
Wanasema Mwenyezi Mungu ana mtoto. Jambo hilo wanasema limeleta jambo ambalo linachukiza.
Siri ya Mungu ambaye Mungu amejidhihirisha katika mili. Hii yote ni ukafiri.
Mmefanya makosa makubwa sana kusema kwamba Isa ibn Maryam ni Mungu wa pili na Allah ambaye ameumba mbingu na ardhi mkasema ni Mungu wa tatu.
Yesu ndiye njia. Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1:30 jioni kwenye runinga uipendayo ya Hope TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Newswatch on Hope TV. Now, First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto has commissioned 210 Kenyan trainees for the 2023 Mashaf Agricultural Training Program. This is an 11-month practical training at the Arab International Center for Agricultural Training in Israel. Mama Rachel Ruto has lauded the successful cooperation between Kenya and Israel, which has resulted in the exchange of Kenyan trainees in key fields such as security, medicine, and agriculture.
My dear ones, before you is a life-changing program. You are so blessed and privileged to embark on a journey that will change you as an individual and as a cohort. You will impact Kenya in a big way. The Mashaf program is a testament to the strong relationship between Kenya and Israel, where these two nations unite to share knowledge and experiences. Thank you so much, Yahel Lotem, for enabling my office to become one of the partners for this program.
Our hope is that you go to Israel and come back to Kenya rejuvenated and encouraged to become successful agripreneurs, trainers, mentors, and leaders. At the embassy, we are working with keynote partners on programs that aim to support the alumni upon their return, to implement the knowledge and to exercise the knowledge that you have received.
This program undoubtedly promises to be an enlightening and inspiring learning journey for you all. With the training center located in southern Israel in the Arava Desert, the program will be a great inspiration for you to create solutions for agriculture in the arid and semi-arid lands, that is the ASALs in Kenya, which constitutes about 85% of our landmass.
Isuzu East Africa's Drivers Academy has today held its 5th graduation that saw over 37 truck drivers get certified, including 7 women from the Bamburi Cement program, Women on Wheels. The program is a collaboration between Isuzu East Africa and Bamburi Cement. The move is geared to enhance driving skills, increase employability, and strengthen road safety on Kenyan roads.
Isuzu Drivers Academy was an initiative actually born by our customers. Our customers kept on asking us, how can we support them in terms of providing drivers for them? So we realized there's an opportunity to support our drivers with an important solution called drivers, because drivers are key in a transport business. So in 2019, we started the Drivers Academy. And so far, we have churned out around 150 drivers at an average cost of about 9 million shillings. 30 of those drivers are Bamburi supported drivers, mainly women, under their program called Women on Wheels, which is an initiative to support women also get into this profession that has traditionally been very male-dominated.
Here, celebrating the graduation of 7 women who have graduated from the Women on Wheels program. This is an addition to the 23 that we had graduated previously, bringing a total of 30 women who have graduated from this program. And this is a partnership between Bamburi Cement and Isuzu East Africa, where Isuzu takes up the women, they train them, and they train them on different aspects.
The other philosophy in Bamburi, which I've reiterating in public forum also, that whenever an opportunity gets created in terms of a role or a job, the first opportunity should be given to an internal candidate, which is somebody in Bamburi. And the second thing is, I would prefer if that is a woman, because we want to encourage more and more women in our business.
Now, farmers at the coastal region have been urged to adopt climate-smart technologies in cultivating the industrial crops in the region. The farmers from all of the 6 coastal counties who had converged at the Kaldro premises in Mtwapa, Kilifi County during the second edition of the East African Grain Council Agribusiness Expo were told that adopting the new modern farming methods will help them monitor their crop throughout the farming season by offering services such as detecting water stress on a plantation, disease, and other emerging issues within the field to enhance yields.
Haya ni maonyesho ya wakulima. Tumeleta wakulima wamekuja kutoka sehemu zote za area hii ya pwani wapate kupata masomo ili wajue ni mazao yapi wanatakikana wapande, jinsi watakavyoyapanda na kuvuna, na baada ya mavuno pia. Na pia tumewaleta wanunuzi ambao wameweza kukutana na hawa wakulima, wamejadiliana, wamesikizana bei, wamesaini mikataba ili kwamba mkulima atakapovuna yale mavuno yake asikose soko. Na hiyo ndio jambo la muhimu tunalofanya kama EAGC, kuhakikisha kwamba mazao yanapata soko na mkulima anapata tija kwa kupata malipo mazuri kwa mazao yake.
Tumefanya mikakati ya water harvesting ili tuhakikishe katika ule ukulima ambao wameenda kufanya waweze kufanya kama kina mama. Tumeambia mambo ya garden farming, na pia ukulima ule ambao ile climate ya pale itakwenda kusaidia, ambao sasa tumepatia sana muhogo, maana tumeona ni zao ambalo linakimu both weathers.
Ila nimekusema ya kwamba hili shirika limetutoa mbali sana, kwa sababu tulikuwa tunalima kilimo tu, tulime tu, lakini sasa wametufundisha jinsi ya kupanda, kama ni mahindi, kama ni pojo, kama ni kunde. Kwa hivyo na tulipofuata yale mafundisho tunaona kwamba tumefanikiwa. Hata saa hii kulingana na ile mvua imenyesha mahali pale, tunaona ya kwamba upande wa mahindi tunaweza pata kama tani 300 saa hii. Kwa hivyo tumeshukuru sana, na ningeomba ya kwamba hii shirika liendelee kutufundisha ndipo tuendelee kuwa na manufaa zaidi ya wakulima katika sehemu hii.
Crossing borders now, and former US President Donald Trump has today been hit with a sweeping fourth set of criminal charges when a Georgia grand jury issued an indictment accusing him of efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss to Democrat Joe Biden. The case stems from a January 2nd, 2021 phone call in which Trump urged Georgia's top election official Brad Raffensperger to quote-unquote find enough votes to reverse his narrow loss in the state, where Raffensperger declined to do so.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act through participation in a criminal enterprise in Fulton County, Georgia, and elsewhere to accomplish the illegal goal of allowing Donald J. Trump to seize the presidential term of office beginning on January 20th, 2021.
Yesu ndiye njia.
Mtoto gani katika hii ulimwengu ameitwa Mungu mkuu?
Nasema akasema udhu billahi.
Hata leo usisema udhu billahi, tafadhali usikize.
Yesu ndiye njia. Uchambuzi wa masuala tata katika Biblia na vitabu vingine vya kidini.
We don't believe that Christ was crucified. Christ was taken right to heaven by 4 angels, 4 archangels.
Kama Muhammad ndiye alikuwa wa kwanza kuleta dini ya Kiislamu, na alikuja after Jesus, sasa inawezekanaje Ibrahimu awe Muislamu, Musa awe Muislamu?
Yesu ndiye njia. Jadala wa moja kwa moja kati ya walimu wa Kikristo na dini zingine.
Wanasema Mwenyezi Mungu ana mtoto. Jambo hilo wanasema mmeleta jambo ambalo linachukiza.
Siri ya Mungu ambaye Mungu amejidhihirisha katika mili. Hii yote ni ukafiri.
Mmefanya makosa makubwa sana kusema kwamba Isa ibn Maryam ni Mungu wa pili na Allah ambaye ameumba mbingu na ardhi mkasema ni Mungu wa tatu.
Yesu ndiye njia. Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1:30 jioni kwenye runinga uipendayo ya Hope TV.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Sindio?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on leadership forum. Did they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even Meet of the World?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out their latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Let's now get down to business. The Energy and the Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, has denied the return of fuel subsidy, even as it moves to tap into the Petroleum Development Levy to compensate oil marketing companies. EPRA has said the government has not returned to fuel subsidies, but has instead opted for fuel stabilization through the Petroleum Development Levy. A litre of petrol will continue retailing at 194 shillings and 68 cents in Nairobi. Diesel remains at 179 shillings and 67 cents, while kerosene will continue to retail at 169 shillings and 48 cents per litre. And Equity Group Holdings has reported an 8% rise in first half net profit to 26 billion shillings, up from 24 billion shillings recorded over a similar period last year. Equity Chief Executive Dr. James Mwangi says the group increased its loan loss provision by 89% to 6.3 billion shillings to cover will-be risks, as the lender increased its loan book by 26% to 817 billion shillings, targeting retail borrowers and small enterprises.
Equity doesn't abandon its customers because the environment is challenging. It works with the customers to wade through a turbulent time and maybe to take advantage because of that support to position themselves. And that gives us profit before tax of 35 billion shillings compared to 31 billion shillings last year, 30.9 versus 35.2, a 14% growth rate. And we said that then if you look at that, and particularly when you apply tax, have a profit growth of 8%, 26.3 up for 24.4. And that's what we were saying. We really don't target profit. Profit is an outcome. We focus on serving our customers. We serve on doing what needs to be done, and that explains why the balance sheet grows by 23%, but profit after tax grows at 8%, almost a third of what the balance sheet is growing. And we see that the subsidiaries, reflecting the geographical diversification, are now almost of the same size with Kenya. So almost 50% of the entire balance sheet of the group is now outside the Kenya banking subsidiary, which would likely be called the mother of this group.
Moving on, and employers have been urged to invest in their workforce and adapt to skill sets so as to match the changing job landscape. Speaking during the opening ceremony of the Zamara Regional Summit, the chairperson of the Kenya Investment Authority, Sally Mahehu, emphasized on the need for aligning talent with market opportunities and the role of strategic workforce planning in driving growth and achieving success in a dynamic business environment.
The conversations that we are having in this summit is to say, as leaders, we have a responsibility to ensure that human beings remain social beings. And the big conversation is, with the advent of AI, which is there to stay, and there are many advantages, there are many pros about AI, but we have to make sure that we take the good and drop the not so good. It is important that any person who wants to package themselves for employment has to be adaptable. And the reason why we're saying this is important is change is happening so fast, and change is non-linear. So employers want to work with individuals who are very flexible, who are adaptable, who are in what we call really anti-fragile. People who are able to absorb the shocks that come into the workplace and not crash, but come out better people.
And to some sporting action now, the Kenya National Rally champion Karan Patel is set to participate in the African Rally Championship expected to take place from the 18th to the 20th of August in Burundi. Patel, who is fresh from competing at the 2023 WRC Safari Rally, will be navigated by his long-term friend Tausif Khan and will be driving his favorite Ford Fiesta, which he has been panel beating ahead of the much anticipated regional event.
Wow.